Have you ever wondered why your cat sits in the bathroom doorway watching you, follows you from room to room, or brings you their toys at the exact same time every evening? You probably think they're just being clingy, random, or playful. But these are actually desperate attempts to fulfill core psychological needs that 95% of cat owners never recognize. What your cat is really asking for has nothing to do with food, toys, or attention in the way you think. The reason this matters isn't just about your cat's happiness. It's about their fundamental psychological well-being. Cats who go their entire lives without these specific needs develop chronic stress, behavioral problems, and measurably shorter lifespans. But the solution is so simple that once you understand it, you'll wonder why no one ever told you. If you've ever felt like your cat is trying to tell you something you can't quite understand, this video will finally translate what they've been begging for all along. Subscribe so you never miss the hidden language your cat is speaking every single day. Here's the first thing you're getting completely wrong, and it's happening every single time you play with your cat. You think you're playing with them. You're not. You're playing for them, and your cat knows the difference. When you dangle that feather toy while scrolling through your phone, your cat isn't engaged in a hunt. They're performing alone while you half-heartedly wave a stick. What they desperately crave is something entirely different. They want you as an equal participant in the game. They want you genuinely invested in the outcome, hiding the toy with real strategy. Just creating suspense with pauses that feel authentic. Studies on feline enrichment show that cats experience measurably higher dopamine and serotonin levels when owners actively participate rather than mechanically wave toys. The difference? Your cat can sense your attention level through your micro-expressions and the quality of your movements. They know when you're truly there and when you're just going through the motions. Tonight, put your phone in another room. Play for 10 minutes with complete focus. Watch how differently your cat responds when they feel you hunting with them instead of for them. But there's something even deeper than play that your cat is begging for. Something that goes unfulfilled in 95% of homes and creates a psychological wound that never heals. We'll come back to that right now. Look around your home. Can your cat move from your bedroom to your kitchen without ever touching the ground? If the answer is no, you're missing something critical about how cats experience their entire world. Your cat doesn't just like high places. They psychologically require vertical territory to feel safe and in control. In multi-cat or high-traffic homes, lack of vertical space creates a form of chronic claustrophobia that your cat will never show you on their face. Research published in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery in 2013 found that cats without adequate vertical territory showed elevated cortisol levels equivalent to chronic stress conditions. But here's what most owners completely miss. It's not about having a cat tree. It's about strategic vertical pathways that allow your cat to survey their entire territory without touching the ground. Your cat wants to move through their world at ceiling level, creating what behaviorists call the vertical highway. When you provide multiple high perches connected by jumping routes, you're not decorating. You're building essential infrastructure for their sense of security and agency. The cats who get this show dramatically reduced anxiety behaviors, decreased aggression, and increased confidence. Those who don't spend years in a state of mild territorial panic, you'll never see on their face. And here's where it gets even more heartbreaking. Your cat doesn't just tolerate routine, they desperately need it as their primary communication system. When feeding happens at random times, play sessions are sporadic, or you come home at unpredictable hours, your cat can't build the anticipatory behavior that gives their day structure and meaning. A 2016 study in Applied Animal Behavior Science revealed that cats with consistent daily routines showed 40% fewer stress behaviors and significantly better litter box habits than cats with variable schedules. But here's what's devastating. Your cat starts anticipating your routine within days. They build their entire emotional day around the moments you'll interact. When you're late or skip a routine interaction, they experience something similar to disappointment. Waiting at the door? Checking the clock? Yes, they can sense time. Preparing for a moment that doesn't come. What your cat is begging for isn't rigidity, it's predictability. They want to know when play happens, when you'll be home, when bedtime comes. This predictability isn't limiting their freedom. It's creating the secure framework within which they can finally relax. Cats with strong routine structures show measurably lower baseline anxiety. Your cat is trying to sync their entire world to yours, and every time you break pattern, you're breaking a promise they were counting on. Now pay attention, because this next one happens multiple times a day, and 95% of you have no idea your cat is even asking a question. When your cat slow blinks at you, you probably think it's cute. Maybe you've heard it's a cat kiss. But your cat is waiting for you to respond, and when you don't, they interpret it as emotional rejection. The slow blink is scientifically documented in a 2020 study by Humphrey and colleagues in Scientific Reports as feline affiliative communication. It's a deliberate vulnerability signal that says, I trust you enough to close my eyes in your presence. But it's also a question. Do you trust me too? When you slow blink back, you complete a sacred exchange. When you don't, your cat asked a question that went unanswered. Here's what's devastating. Cats will continue slow blinking at owners who never respond, sometimes for years, hoping for reciprocation. Owners who learn to slow blink back report that their cat's entire demeanour shifts. More affectionate, more relaxed, more willing to be vulnerable. You've been walking past a daily love letter your cat has been writing, and they've been watching you ignore it every single time. Tonight, when your cat slow blinks at you, try responding. Close your eyes slowly, hold for a beat, open them softly. Watch what happens to their body language in the following 30 seconds. But we're going even deeper now. Your cat doesn't rub against you just for attention. They're trying to create a shared scent identity that tells the world you belong together. Those facial glands contain unique pheromones that, when mixed with your scent, create a colony scent that marks you as family. Research in chemical ecology shows that cats experience measurable stress reduction when surrounded by familiar mixed scents. But here's the profound part most owners miss. Your cat wants you to participate. When they rub their face on your hand, they're not just marking you. They're asking you to pet them back in those exact spots. Cheeks, forehead, base of ears. To mix the scents thoroughly. The tragedy? Most owners pet their cat's back or body during these moments, completely missing the exchange. Your cat offered to blend their identity with yours, and you pet them like a dog. Cats who experience regular scent exchange bonding with their owners show increased oxytocin levels and dramatically increased social tolerance. Those who don't spend their lives feeling like they live with a stranger who occasionally feeds them. Your cat has been trying to make you family at a molecular level, and you've been inadvertently refusing the invitation for years. Next time your cat rubs their face on you, focus your attention there. Pet those cheeks, scratch that forehead, feel them lean into your hand harder. That's the moment they've been asking for. Remember when we talked about your cat bringing you toys, sitting in doorways, following you room to room? Here's the deepest truth that 95% of owners never understand, the one that causes the most profound unfulfilled need. Your cat isn't asking for your attention. They're offering you their presence and desperately hoping you'll offer yours in return. When your cat sits near you, not on you, just near, they're not being aloof or independent. They're giving you the highest compliment in the feline world. Your presence alone makes me feel safe. They're not asking you to do anything. Pet them, play with them, feed them. They're asking you to simply be with them in shared, comfortable silence. The parallel presence. Two beings in the same space, both relaxed, no agenda. This is what cats value above everything. It's why they follow you to the bathroom. It's why they sit on the chair you just left. It's why they watch you from across the room with half-closed eyes. What most owners do, leave the room because the cat isn't doing anything, scroll their phone, fill the silence with distractions. What your cat desperately wants, for you to occasionally sit in a room together doing nothing. No phone, no TV, just existing together. The cats who get this, whose owners occasionally sit and read while the cat lounges nearby, who work from home with the cat on the desk corner, who understand that being present is the relationship, these cats show the deepest bonds and the longest, healthiest lives. Your cat has been offering you something sacred every single day, the gift of their calm, vulnerable presence. The question is whether you've ever truly offered yours in return. Tonight, try it. Sit in a room with your cat for 20 minutes, no distractions, just breathe, just be. Watch how many times they adjust their position to keep you in their sight line. Count how long it takes before they close their eyes completely. That's trust. That's love. That's what they've been begging for all along.